Can you hear me? Yes, no? Let me know. Okay, good. Okay, so I'm clear. Good, 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 good. So, unconsciously, we accept things in our spirit, right? Hey, Dime Love, how you doing? Unconsciously, we accept certain energies and certain sicknesses and certain diseases in our spirits. Hey, Christine, we actually, these things happen. Hey, God's gift. These things happen, and we are diagnosed with something, and we just accept these things because these diagnoses has a name, right? They literally put a name to this diagnosis. So now we accept these things in our spirit and in our system, and when we accept them, the energy stays because it's. But let me tell you this. So I was talking to my buddy just now. I ain't talking to my buddy in about 12 years in the military, and he was telling me he was asking me how do you to make him a workout, and this is just something that just touched my spirit. He was asking me he said, Kirk, can you make me a workout? Can you make me a workout because for somebody who have sciatica and nerve damage and disc in the back and diagnosed with this and this and this? And I was like, well, what if you ask me, right? What if you ask me, hey Caboose, hey all, how's everybody doing? Thank you all so much for the likes and thank you all for coming. So like I was saying, he said, how can you make me a workout for somebody who has sciatica, nerves, and I mean, band this kind of nerves and diagnosed with this and this and this? So I said, you know what? It would be easier if you ask me, how can I heal those things? And he was like, what do you mean? I said, well, many times, man, we stuck with these things in our bodies because we accept them. And whatever you accept, we stay with. Now, let me tell you this. Let's be real. All these diseases that we give names to, all these diseases that we give name to, understand this right here. Every disease that a person give a name to, every illness that a person give a name to, all it is energy. Is a form and a source of energy. That's it. Let me say it again. Every disease that people give a name to, every illness, everything that's going on with the body is just a form of energy. And when you accept this energy, what happens? It stays in your spirit, it stays in your body, it stays in your energy body. So now we thinking, so we don't even think about how do you get rid of this energy? Because in our minds, it doesn't make sense. How can I heal this when I've been diagnosed with this? This is, I had this for 20 years. How can I heal this? I had this for 10 years. I was diagnosed when I was a kid. How can I heal it? And how can I get rid of this? Nobody asks those questions. So we are so used to living our lives around these diseases and these illnesses that really we begin to believe that that's just something that we have to accept in our spirit. And let me tell you this, it's not true. It's not true at all. All these things are, it's energy. Everything is energy. A matter of fact, you are energy. All you are is energy formed up as dust and a complete looking, great looking dust, a perfectly formed, developed dust, and that you become a body. And then all you are is energy. So now, if you have some type of energy in your body, understand this, you can get rid of it. You can get rid of that energy. We just have to know that we can. But we settle for these feelings, we settle for these insecurities, we settle for this trauma bond. A man put a name to a disease like sciatica. That name stand out because that's one name that my buddy told me that he got. You know, that name stood out because that's the only one I could think about right now. So somebody put the name to sciatica or high blood pressure or diabetes or something, and we say, you know what? I got it. But how do I work around it? Stop working around stuff. Stop working around that shit. You don't need that shit in your system. You don't need that stuff in your body. You don't need that stuff in your spirit. Because let me tell you this. Let me tell you the fact. The soul is perfect. The body is perfect too, but we accept things in our bodies. The body is completely perfect. What's going on, 214? Biggs, what's going on with you, man? How you doing? 24, boy, 214. Right? You are something else, man. How you doing, man? I recognize you. Um, but yeah, hey, Patrice. But the thing is, we can heal those energies in our bodies. We just have to believe we can. All these things attached to us. And you know when these things attach to us is when we won't pay attention. Because we are so used to being not present. We are so used, hey, Venus B. We are so used to being in our thoughts, deep in our thoughts, in the past, living in the moments that's not now. We are so used to being in the future mentally. We are so used to being in the past. So now we become completely absent in the body. And since the body is completely absent, since we are completely absent, all these energies start to move in. All these energies start to creep in our bodies and our spirit. And then bam, somebody diagnosed you with some shit that they made up, some term that they made up. Hey, by the way, you have this. But you have this. And then we say, okay, since there's a name to it, since you diagnosed me with a term, since a doctor has put some name to some form of energy, now I accept it. Oh my God, I have this. So we believe it, we accept it, and we stick with it. We stick with it. And some of us keep these things in our body until we die. Hey Mello, how you doing? Some of us keep these energies in our bodies until we die because we think that we have to stay with these energies. It's only energy. But guess what? Energy can be transferred. It can be transferred. Let me tell you this again. Maybe we don't hear this. Energy can be transferred. I don't keep shit in my body. There's nothing to be kept in my body. You know, when I got retired from the army, when I retired, and by the way, I'm 100% disabled veteran. I've been to combat a couple times. I've been this. I've been struck by lightning. I've been blown up. I've been shot. Man, listen, I've been everything. I've been through everything. I've experienced everything. I've seen it. Man, guns to my head. My body, listen, I'm talking about traumatic stuff. My brain have shifted. I got TBI. I suffer from anxiety disorder, back pains, slip disc in my back, arthritis, shoulder pain, knee messed up, neck messed up, headaches, migraines, everything. You talking about a man who have experienced death a few times. So I'm telling you, all these things are energy that's attached to the body. But instead of removing these energy, we begin to live with them. We're thinking that now, um, oh, it's all good property knowledge. It's all good. It's all good. But now, but let me tell you, I just came from the gym. You can't tell that you can't tell that there's nothing wrong with me. My wrist, my elbows are shot. I got 90% disability just on my elbows. Complete 90%. I got 100% disability. I got sleep apnea. I got mental stuff. I got mental disorders. I got a whole bunch of crap. But however, I don't claim those things because you know what? I don't have them anymore. I don't have them. I don't have them things anymore. So I'm saying all that stuff was just energy. So when you learn that you are energy and energy is transferable, hey Ruby, how you doing? When you learn that energy is just transferable or removable, then you realize maybe I don't have to be stuck with this crap. Maybe if I clean my energy, maybe if I cleanse my chakras, maybe if I clean this and clean that and clear this up, then my body's gonna become perfect. Some of us, the reason why we stick with these diseases in our energy, yes, energy healing, facts. Hey, damn, how you doing? Um, some of us, the reason why we stick with these diseases is because they live in our thought, they live in our memories. They are in our memories. So we carry them everywhere we go, in our thoughts. And as long as, if you could attach your thoughts, if you attach your thoughts, thank you, Mira, thank you. If you attach your thoughts and you carry it everywhere you go and you believe in these thoughts and you believe that what you're thinking is real and you believe these memories, if you believe all these things, then they're going to attach to your body because you keep thinking about it. So therefore, it experiences it. The mind experiences what you think about. The mind can only experience what you are thinking about. The body can only experience what you are actually feeling and what you are thinking about. So if you keep thinking that something is wrong with you, I have this, I have that, then the cells is like, okay, you are the boss. Whatever you say I have, I'll accept it. Whatever you say I have, I'll accept it. So now these energies attached to your bodies, and then you think something is wrong with you, and then, oh my God, I'm not right. You pray for me and this and that. You don't have listen, you can remove energies. Trauma from memories creates such a, of course, it creates illness. But listen, the mind is such a, the mind is such an amazing thing, right? The mind is so powerful, right? That we don't even understand that the mind don't go off of current trauma. The mind connects to a past trauma, a past experience, a past action, a past reaction. The mind actually connects to a past experience that you have experienced before, and then it creates, like for instance, if you bump your knee, right? If you bump your knee on the couch, right, then the mind goes back and create a different, it picks up a different time when you bumped your knee or you bumped something, and it create that same feeling because that's how it knows how to generate that same feeling. So your mind goes from a past experience and create a feeling or a reaction that's based on the past. If you have never felt something, if you have never done something, the mind does not know how to react. And sometimes, let me tell you how. Have you ever one day not know how to feel? Have you ever experienced something and you just didn't know how to feel? You didn't know how to react. You was confused. Should I be crying? Should I be suffering right now? Should I be angry? Should I be mad? Because the mind has nothing to go off of. So now you are completely free from all these emotions, but you feel like you have to feel something because you think that's just how we're supposed to be. You literally, your mind goes back in a past situation and dig up something familiar and gives you a familiar experience. A matter of fact, let's even talk about this right here. When you get a cut on your finger, cut on your arm, a cut on your body, and you bleed, when you bleeding, you're not bleeding based on that cut. A lot of times you bleeding based on the past cut. You bleeding based on a past experience, a past memory that the body feels that it has to react just like. So understand this. I want you to understand this right here. Many of us ain't healed because we keep carrying these thoughts, these vibration, this frequency in our bodies. We have to get rid of those memories. When you get rid of those memories, number two, let me say this real quick. Number two, a lot of things live in your thoughts. Hey Mars, Destiny, hey everyone. I know I didn't say hi to everyone because I was talking. I hope you are having a beautiful day. Thanks for joining me. Thanks for being here. Hey Sexy Black, how are you? Hey Cynthia. Hey Felicia. Hey Rebel, how you doing? Um, so I'm saying this, right? I'm saying this is here. Right? I'm saying this to say this right here. Stop accepting things that people tell you. Hey Creative Roots. Yeah, we continue to torture ourselves based on past. Listen, a lot of things live in your memory. Danny said, "How do you get rid of memories? You don't get rid of memories. Memories is not. See, memories is not the issue. Now, let me just break this down real quick because this is a very important question. Danny, I never seen you before in my life. Hey, blessings. Um, it says, how do you get rid of memories? So, memories is not the issue. It's like asking, how do you get rid of cigarettes? Cigarettes is not an issue. It's something that you see. It's something that your body crave about it. It's something that you find interesting. It's something that you find addictive, right? If you look at alcohol, do you have to remove alcohol for you to be safe? You don't have to. So because if alcohol is not an issue, alcohol could be right in front of you and it doesn't affect you. So these memories are not a bad thing. It's not okay, good. Well, thank you. Memories. Listen, you experience certain things growing up. You experience certain things that you seen that you did. I know when I went to Iraq a couple of times, I did some things and I've seen some things and I experienced some things, and the memories are still there. However, I have realized that it's just memory. It's just memory. Now, if I don't put energy to this memory, if I don't focus on, oh my God, I can't believe I did this. Oh my God, I'm so stupid. Oh, how can I do this? And if I don't give it power, if I don't give it energy, if I don't give it all this power and all this gas, hey Marva, how you doing? Hey Crone, if I don't give this memory all this power and all this attention and all this focus, the memory is just a memory. It's like it never. It's like it happened, but it's not bothering you. It's like a scar, right? It's like a scar. We all have scars on our bodies. We all have scars on our bodies. Understand this right here. Hey, Lioness, we all have scars in our body. When you touch a scar, it doesn't hurt, but the scar doesn't bother you. It's there. The memory is always there, but it's healed. So once you are completely okay with your past, once you have gotten over your past, once you have healed in your past, once you have understand this is part of the journey, this is part of the process. I had to go through this, or even if I didn't have to go through it, I went through it. I went through it. Okay, and now I'm over here. Sometimes we have to go through certain things to get where we're at. I don't regret nothing that I've been through. I don't regret getting struck by lightning. I don't regret going to combat, getting blown up, getting shot at, getting destroyed in my head, my memories. I have lost all my memories at one point. Hey Bella, I'm Mafia, how are you doing? I have literally lost my memories at one point. The first time I got blown up, my memories just went. So actually, um, part of the reason for my first divorce, well, I want to only not my first, my divorce was because she thought that I was just playing games with her. She thought that I was stripping. She thought I was mean. She thought I didn't care because when she spoke, I forgot. Kirk, we're supposed to. We what? What are you talking about? You know what I mean? Kirk, I told you this yesterday. You did? Kirk, listen, I even bought my ex-wife one time a surprise trip. I mean, seriously, I bought my ex-wife a surprise trip one day to go to on vacation because we were both off. And you know what happened? I forgot. So now it was days later. I was like, oh shoot, when is this trip? And finally I remember, and it was too late. My ticket was already gone. So I'm saying this right here. I've been through these things, but understand that is a part of your journey. Some things are part of the journey. You have to experience certain things to understand what you are, sometimes how strong you are. So when we understand, you don't have to forget your memory. You have to be okay with the past. See what I'm saying? We have to forget our victim mode. Facts, releasing the power. We have to be okay because it's very hard to love yourself when you hate the experiences that shaped you. Let me say that again. It's very hard to love yourself when you hate the experiences that shaped you. Listen, if you don't write this down, I don't know what to tell you. It's very hard to love yourself when you hate the experiences that shaped you. You have to be okay with the experiences. The memories ain't bad. Listen, it's something that you've been through, just like a scar. But understand, if you keep touching a scar and it hurts, that means it's not healed. It's not healed yet. So be okay with what happened. Be okay with everything that happened because you don't know what happened in your last life. You don't know what happened in your last journey. You don't know what your karma from the last life is bringing over. Sometimes it's just okay. You have to be okay with your past because you understand. And you know what though? To be honest, Danny, brother, let me tell you this one thing right here. Let me tell you this one thing right here. I think many times we beat ourselves up so bad. We beat ourselves up. We beat ourselves up because we think that we should have known better. In all reality, you didn't know better. Because if you know, you won't do it. You believed better, but you didn't know better. See, knowing comes from experience. And when you walk through that fire and you've been hurt before, you ain't walking through it. Because now it becomes a knowing instead of a belief. It becomes a knowing instead of a belief. Now you know. Now don't do it again. Listen, you can't be hard on yourself because we were doing our best. You did your best. I promise you. I promise you. We all did our best with the knowledge that we had. Remember, we had much knowledge. We had beliefs. We had things that our parents taught us, what our mother told us, what our father told us, what the pastor told us, what our friends told us, our teachers told us. But we didn't know. Just because I told you, listen, if you go outside and see this thing on the floor, this is what it means. You still don't know. You can say I believe and you accept the truth, but you still don't know. And nothing happened. You still don't know. You don't know until you walk on this damn journey yourself and you felt and you touch and all your senses. Listen, when all your senses became interactive with that experience, when you could touch it, taste it, feel it, experience it in your spirit, feel it, smell it, and hear it, then that's when you know it. And now that you know, listen, you gotta remind yourself, you gotta tell yourself sometimes, I'm sorry for what the hell, I'm sorry I didn't know any better. I'm sorry for not knowing. But now that I apologize, let me move on. We don't beat our kids up when they screw up. No, we say, hey, listen, don't do it again. But for some reason, we beat ourselves up for the littlest thing. You ready to beat yourself up because you think that on this journey, on this temporary couple years that you have on this journey, you think that you know better. You think that you should be better. You think that you should be farther on your journey. You think that you should understand better. You think that you should know more. In all reality, you don't. We only been here for a couple of years, man. We only been here for a couple of years. Life has to teach you what life has to teach you. Life has to teach you what life has to teach you. Life has to teach you what you need to learn. And we need to learn these things. We need to learn because you have to experience it. Because if you don't experience it, you will go through the rest of your life not knowing. Hey, Miss Bright, how you doing? So I'm telling you right now, you cannot accept diagnosis from anyone. Let me explain to you one more thing deeper. Let me explain one more thing to you that's deeper, okay? Now, check this out. I want you to understand this right here, okay? Because I'm gonna go really deep. Not really deep, but I'm gonna make you think a little bit, okay? Check this out. A doctor, when you look at a doctor, you go to a hospital, and naturally, When you go to a hospital, naturally your body feels inferior to the doctor, okay? Understand that your spirit becomes inferior unconsciously. Please understand what I'm saying. Don't judge what I'm saying. Understand what I'm saying. When you walk in a doctor office, when you walk in a hospital, when you walk in a clinic, your spirit begin to feel inferior when you see a doctor because you understand that the doctor knows what he's talking about. So now you become under subject you become under authority for this doctor. It's like, for instance, if you met Christ, when the people met Christ, they say, are you what they say you are? Are you that Christ? Are you that Savior? And he says, well, what do you think I am? If you say, I think that you are God, the Jesus, I know that you are the Jesus, now you become on the authority for Jesus. So now when Jesus said you are healed, you believe it. Oh my God, I'm healed. And he said, you know what Christ always said? Let me tell you what Christ said. He said, your faith has healed you. He said, your faith has healed you, okay? It's your faith. Every single time he have said, it's your faith. Go, my child, your faith has healed you. Because if you believe in something, whether it's me, whether it's that rock, whether it's that stone, whether it's that tree, whether it's that monkey, whether it's a piece of wood, your faith is what heals you because we have the power within us to heal ourselves. Understand this. He never said, I healed you. He said, your faith has healed you. So I need you all to understand this right here. When you walk into a doctor's office, understand one thing. Man, when you walk into a doctor's office, understand one thing. You become under the authority of a doctor because you look at this doctor as a blind man back in the days. Look at Jesus. Understand this. So now you become under his authority. So when a doctor tell you, hey, in 3 months you're gonna die, you have sciatica, you have brain tumors, you have fibroids, you have your system. You believe it and you accept it. And if you accept it in your spirit, then you as the governor, you as the president of your cells, yourself, right? We call it yourself, myself, but it's not myself, it's my cells. Because you are 50 trillion cells deep. That's how deep you go. You go 50 trillion cells deep, and each 50 trillion cell has its own brain, has its own freaking headquarters. Each cell has its own headquarters. So when the president, which is your mind, when the president says, I accept that I am sick, every cell in the body must carry out what you say. Every single cell in the body must carry out, you are sick. So now that you accept that you are sick, the cells begin to generate sickness. It begin to create, the mind begin to create the illusion and the experience that you are sick. Man, you all don't know this. You become under the authority of the freaking doctor. Just like back in the days, the man become under the authority of Christ because he believed Christ was the healer. If you believe that the doctor is the healer, you will become subjective of the doctor. I don't know if that's the right word I'm using because you all know I ain't educated. But listen, you have to understand this. So sometimes we're living with these diseases, we're living with these issues, and we're living with this because somebody put a name to it. What do you think? They talk about it all the time in the news. Facts. Facts. Wherever your attention goes, your energy flows. So now that we accept these things in our spirit. Hey, Kadina, how are you doing? Now we accept these things in our spirit. I got sciatica. I got this fibroid. I got this, and now you feel you feel just helpless. Oh my God, I'm so helpless. Pray for me. Listen, it's energy. Every disease is energy. Every sickness and every illness and every feeling, every emotion is energy. Your body is energy. Your heart generates so much energy that your heart has the power to remove a lot of things that you have in your spirit. Your heart has the man, listen, your heart has the power to remove every single thing in your body. If nobody ever told you that, they're lying to you. All this diseases, right? If nobody ever told you that, they're lying to you. They want to keep you sick in the hospital, paying all this money, paying all these things. Stop that garbage. Stop accepting these damn things because I'm telling you, I was making a video just the other day, and this chick is like, it's called trauma bonding. And if you know what it was, then you understand. Shut your mouth. Whatever it's called, who cares what it is? Listen, if you called it A and I called it B, it is still the same damn energy. It's called energy. I don't care what you call it. Just because a man puts a name to it doesn't mean that you have to accept it and receive it. Hey, vegan girl, how you doing? You know what I'm saying? Like, just because, yep, I actually have the book too. I am Shana. I actually have the book too. Listen, just because a man put a name to some kind of disease or some type of energy, it doesn't mean that you are stuck with it. It doesn't mean anything. It means that you become under the authority of it. If you become under the authority of it, it will consume you because your cells only reads and interprets the outside environment from the mind. And the cells are based on the environment. If you're not growing, change your environment. That means if you are sick, depressed, lonely, sad, and miserable, change your environment. Mean change your damn thoughts, change your experience of life, change how you feel. Because when you change your thoughts, your entire body change, your entire vibrational frequency completely change. But now here we are thinking that, well, I need this medicine. This medication can't do nothing for you. This medication can't do anything for you. This medication only heals the damn symptoms. This medication only lessens the symptoms and creates something else. I'm telling you, you have to stop seeing yourself like you are helpless. You're not helpless. You've never been helpless. You have never been helpless. You are God within. How can you be helpless when you consider yourself God? How can you be helpless when you consider yourself a Christian, a believer? You know what I'm saying? How can you be helpless? You think God just dropped you off here just to be? Listen, He says you have the authority over scorpions and snakes. Do you know what that means? Do you know what that means, man? You have the power over every, you have dominion over all things. It doesn't mean just over the animals. It doesn't mean over people. It doesn't mean over slaves. It doesn't mean over the land, the trees. Listen, you have dominion over all energies. Energy. That means if an energy is attacking your body, you have dominion over it. Do you God is Kenya, how are you doing? You have dominion over your entire. This is your body. And the soul lives, well, the soul don't live in the body, but the soul is directly there. The spirit is just moving your body. You got the power you have the power to change any frequency that you could ever touch you. Yeah, a matter of fact, what's up, Jason? How you doing, man? A matter of fact, last week I was experiencing something that people call COVID-19. I'm talking about myself, and I was excited to experience COVID-19. I was excited. It was very exciting. I knew, why were you excited? Now, I'm in my 40s, right? Usually in your 40s, your immune system is slowing down. Or as far as what we can see these days with these people who are older, 40s, people think that because the body is weakened, you can't do this, you can't run no more, you can't do this no more, you can't go to the gyms and squat because your knee hurts. People in their 40s, my knee hurt, my body hurt, my elbow, this hurt, this hurt. So now everybody's scared of COVID, right? So I was excited to experience COVID. Listen, my entire household had COVID. Check this out. It took me one damn day to clear the energy. One day. And I was like, hell yeah. I was still going live. You all see me on here talking, and you all didn't even know I had COVID. Because you know why? I did not become under the authority of it. So all I did, let me tell you what I did. Let me tell you what I did. You all want to know what I did? That's what I'm talking about, Tisha. That's what I'm talking about. Let me tell you what I did, right? You are so scared of all these damn things because people make it sound scary because their spirit and their bodies ain't strong enough to experience certain things. Let me tell you what I did. Do y'all want to know what I did? Because I was excited to experience COVID because I wanted to know that my belief system is correct. I wanted to know this because I have fought over many things. I have sent healing energy to people. I have done it myself. I have healed my kids, my family, people who I don't know. Let me tell you what I did. Thank you, Mars Destiny. Let me tell you what I did. I increased my frequency. I increased my frequency. What do you mean? Listen, the frequency of all diseases, illnesses, and all these things that you experience is very low frequency. It's very low frequency. They don't have love. They don't have peace. Those energies don't have love and peace. So therefore, their frequency is very low. Understand this right here. If you can increase your frequency in your body and you have a high frequency, those things cannot stay in your body because the frequencies can't coexist. You can't have a low frequency here and a high frequency here. It doesn't count. It doesn't work that way. When you increase your frequency, you push everything out. And guess what? Everything is pushed out of your body, so you're going to experience certain physical reaction because it's going out your body. You might experience a little fever, you might experience a little runny nose, you might experience a little headache, a stomach ache, but it pushes it out. People over here scared to death to become sick with anything. COVID, oh my God, COVID, let me stay inside. Listen, I've traveled to every state since COVID came. I have traveled to Europe. I have traveled to Estonia. I'm in a whole different country. I'm all on different type of buses. You think anything could touch me? Come on, man. If you're scared, your cells are going to be scared. It's not you that's scared. It's not yourself. It's your cells. Your cells has the power to fight everything. That's what we are. So I'm telling you all, we over here claiming all these diseases, all these illnesses. We over here claiming these things because a man told you that you have it. So now you become subjective towards these diseases. And then you start to research these diseases. You start to Google these damn things. Oh my God, I have this. Then you start to Google all these symptoms and then you start to feel them again because you are experiencing it in your mind. If you experience them in your mind, you will experience them in your body because the mind and the body is wired together. If you think about something strong enough, your body's going to feel it. Come on now. Somebody say amen. If you think about something long enough, your body will feel it. Many other times you are overthinking and your body's feeling the drain. You're overthinking something and your body just feeling tired. Because you're doing the same. Your mind and your body are wired with certain thoughts, and certain thoughts create certain reactions in your body. Certain thoughts will create certain emotional reaction, physical reaction, this ease in your body. Talking about, I don't know what's going on in my body because your mind is effed up. Listen, as above, so below. If it's in your mind one way, your body's going to create the same thing. As above, so below. What do you think above is? Heaven? You think it's heaven? Hey, Simply Simone, how are you doing? For real, like you think when the Bible say speak about heaven as in heaven as on earth, you think that is heaven and is it a place? No, as your mind, as your consciousness, as your level, as you transcend. If your consciousness is a very low frequency, then your body would experience the low frequency. The body must experience what the mind is creating, and many times your mind is the one creating the shit because 90% of your issues come from your mind, from your own thoughts. The one thing that was here and created to help you and transcend you and to separate you from every other life form is what you suffer. What's going on, Tendane? What's going on, man? How are you doing? I still haven't got COVID either, or maybe I have, but I feel not. Fact, man, I'm telling you, that's a blessing. That's a blessing. I'm telling you. Listen, you have to know this. Listen, let me say this real quick before I go. Hey, on my website, okay? On my website, I have 21st of May, I have a healing workshop on my website. A healing workshop. Sign up for it. It's for 4 hours. It's 4 hours long. Sign up for it. Let's get rid of some of the energy that we have because we will listen. Some of these energies has attached to our bodies. Some of these energies are attached to our thoughts. Some of these energies are attached to our belief system. Some of these energies that we call diseases. Hey, pleasure, how are you doing? We control our own thoughts and emotions. Facts. So some of these things that we have attached to our bodies, our spirit, our mind, our thoughts, our memories, and we think something is wrong with us. Listen, on 21 May, if you look at my, if you go on my website, if you go on top, you click on the top banner, it's red. If you click on it, it takes you straight to my workshop. Sign up for my workshop so that we can get rid of some of these damn energies that we have in our spirit. Talking about something is wrong with me. Paying all this money for doctors and all this money for clinics. All this money talking about I got back pains. I got all this pain. My hip hurts. My neck hurts. My shoulder hurts. I got this thing that in my system. I got this. Cut that shit out. You don't need to carry those things. Get rid of those things. Listen, come to my workshop. Let's do a whole bunch of meditation. Let's do a whole bunch of release. Let's do a whole bunch of soul ties release. Let's do a whole bunch of those things and manifestation so that that energy becomes clear. Never thought about. I'm telling you. So we have to. So check my um what do you call it? My website out for that workshop. I'm telling you, I only have spot for 10 people. I'm not doing more than 10 people because it's very personal. We talk and we do things right there. So check my workshop out. 21 May. This is my last one I'm gonna have for a couple months. So if you're in this one, check it out. My website is, let me type it right here. That CIOU. My fingers are frozen. Reality dot store. And if you can't find it, it's on my bio also. When you go to my bio on my regular page, it's actually in my bio. So you click on it and it just appears there. But that's my website right there. Okay, conscious reality dot store. KONSCIOUS reality dot store. But I'm serious. Check me out. Let's do this healing right here. Let's do this healing right here. Let's do this energy workshop. Let's transfer this energy. I'm going to teach you about how the body works, how the chakra works, how your thoughts, how your mind, all these things. I'm telling you all, if I have some people right here that was on the last one, if you all could please comment, if it was in the last one, can you comment and tell them how the workshop was and what happened in the workshop, what kind of release that you had? Please tell them. But listen, you don't have to accept these things that these people tell you. And some of us been carrying these energies for years, since childhood. Listen, some of us have carried these things from childhood. A matter of fact, most of the shit that you carry is from childhood. Most of the things that you carry is from how you view life based on your childhood. So now these energies and these thoughts are attached to your body. These thoughts are attached to you. And then with these thoughts attached to you, it creates tension in the body. It creates tension. It creates tension. And when the body creates tension, now it creates it this ease happen. And when the body holds on to energy and this ease, now physical things are formed in your body. Now you call it an illness. You call it all these diseases now. And now you say, oh my God, I'm sick. Somebody tell you sick. Oh my God, you're right. I'm sick. Oh my God, I have sciatica. And I keep saying sciatica because that's the one that my buddy just told me that he has. Listen, again, if you was not here, let me begin. Let me start over. My buddy from years ago in the military, he just texted me and said, Kirk, can you create me a workout plan for somebody with sciatica, nerve damage, and somebody who's being diagnosed with A, B, and C? And I was like, it'll be easier to get rid of those things. And he's like, what do you mean? I said, why do you carry those things? He like, well, um, hell, how do you get rid of them? That's the thing. We are used to carrying those garbage. We used to carrying negative attitude. We used to being drained. I have to drink coffee all day. Let me just drink 2 gallons of coffee today because let me get through the day. We used to overthinking. We are so used to overthinking, just thinking, overthinking all day, all night. We are used to feeling sick. We used to feeling drained. We used to feeling tired. We are so used. We put the body through too much. The workshop is very powerful. I encourage you all to sign up. Thank you, Secretary. Thank you. I'm telling you. Hey, Shapely Cola says, never put your trust in man, but in the creator. Facts. I'm telling you. So I'm just saying, listen, if you want some healing, I'm not saying I'm going to heal you. I'm saying that I'm going to give you the information so that you can do it yourself right there. And a lot of times, like even in the workshop, I have people say, hey, man, my pain just left. My back pain just left. I had this back pain. One of my clients told me, yeah, one of my clients told me my hip pain and my back pain just disappeared. It just left. I don't even know where it went. Exactly. Because we're carrying those energies, we're carrying those tensions. And from certain meditations, from certain mind meditation and heart meditation and chakra meditation, we dump those things. We carry those things disappear. From certain healing of the mind, some certain affirmations that we carry, certain feelings and certain energies that we put in our body. Listen, let me say this one last thing, right? Let me say this one last thing. We are used to feeling all this emotions. Can you all still hear me? I'm actually walking. The body is so used to feeling all these emotions, right? In 1977, the body is so used to feeling all these emotions and all this. all these feelings, all, all these feelings and all this damn thing. The body is so used to feeling those things, right? And now that's what the body is creating tomorrow. If the body feels it every day, it creates it tomorrow. The best way to actually know your future is to actually is to recognize how you feel today. If you are aware of what you feel today, tomorrow is going to be the same because your feeling is your frequency, and what you feel today is what you see tomorrow. So now it's all about claiming that energy so that you put in new feelings and new thoughts in your body and in your consciousness so that you create a different body. Let me tell you this right here. I just made a video, my last video that I made. Please go see it. Please go check my video out. My last video. I was talking about, like, my ex-girlfriend said that I remember the way how your body feels. And I'm like, no, you don't. You can't remember how my body feels. Let me tell you why. Hey, Silas is the Rock. How you doing? Hey, Tank. How you doing? Let me explain to you. If you haven't seen that video, go check the video. Okay, go check the video out. My ex-girlfriend was like, "Hey, I remember how your body feels," and I'm like, "You don't know how my body feels." She said, "What do you mean? I've been with you." No, you've been with me about 10 years ago. Every 7 years, your cells regenerate. Your cells are completely brand new. The body that you felt 7 years ago is not the body that I have now. You ain't felt me yet, and I never felt you. I never been with you. So stop telling people that you been with me. Stop telling folks that you never been with me. So our mind has a hold on all these memories and all these things and all these experiences. The mind has a place to keep those things in, and then we feel trapped. Listen, you never been with me. This completely body, this body that I have is complete.